all right. Once again, thank y'all for tuning in. Welcome to the We Ain't Got No Name internet show. When you see my big head on the screen, I know what it is, man. Every other Thursday, right here at the Big Bad CKB Studios in Temple Hills, man. We Ain't Got No Name. I am host Boots, your boy, along with
Aries.
You know, I said your name today, and I said fire. I didn't say fire. Do you have to say fire, or do you have to say
Y-A-H, yeah. Fire, it sounds very cheesy. I don't know. Aries fire. Like, I don't know.
And I was thinking about, you saw the little promo I did earlier today.
It was great. I
was like, I said fire. I didn't say fire.
I mean, you was at work doing it, so.
I was, right? I was in the office.
So you forgot
They'd be like, hey, Calvin, what's going on? What's going on? What are you doing over there? How's the budget coming along? But nah, thank y'all for tuning in for another installment of the Big Bag We Ain't Got No Name show, man. We really appreciate it. Oh, let me let y'all know right off the rip, we are looking for sponsors. We're looking for sponsors. If you have a business, if you have anything going on and you would love to promote your business through our show, we do a nice little bit of views and engagement. It'd be good for your business. We could talk sponsorships for us, man, and we could become partners. So that is definitely something we are looking forward to. So, as you can see, we got more guests in the building because our show is about having guests and interacting with people. And so I'm going to let the young lady on my left start off and introduce herself to the world.
To the whole world.
The world, Craig.
The world. I am Angela Holmes, founder and owner of From the Vine Tastings, LLC. I bring the experience of wine tasting at a vineyard to the privacy of your own home or your own event. The wine that you're drinking this evening is what I carry around. So when people say they thirsty, I oblige.
Yes, indeed.
Cheers.
Cheers. Not the moment of like silence for the sip. Not the moment of silence for the sip. I'm tired already.
Well, thank you. Thank you for coming along. We'll get more into your business. And as you can see, she has some lovely wine set up for us that we can partake. So if we start slurring our words and, you know what I'm saying, you see me come out the jacket, then you know what it is already. But thank you. Thank you for coming along. And the gentleman to my right, go ahead and let the people know who you is.
Well, they call me Vincent A. the Realtor. I am a local realtor in Maryland, D.C., Virginia. Been licensed almost 8 years now, helping people buy and sell real estate. Also do a little property management. And so you can find me online, Vincent A. the Realtor.
All right. So, as you can see, kind of the theme of tonight's show, especially as it relates to our guests, is about entrepreneurship, business ventures and things of that nature, right? And so, while it is our job to entertain and have a good time, we also want to shed light on black businesses and give people opportunity to highlight their businesses, right, and things that they have going on. You never know who's watching, who might need a realtor, who might want to have a special event at their home, you know what I'm saying, with a wine tasting or whatever. And so that's what we provide, right?
Yep, for sure.
We doing the God's work, huh?
I think we're doing God's work.
God's work.
Little community work.
Let them use you.
Let
them use you. So, since we on that theme, Angie, I wanted to get a little bit more into your business and what you do, how you got started. So let us know. Let's dig into it.
Sure. So I've always enjoyed tasting different wines and try to be bougie with the charcuterie. When you're young, you feel like you look grown and things like that. You're pretending like you're drinking wine. And as I got older, I gained, appreciation for wines. So I was a contractor for another company where I would go in the stores and provide wine tasting.
I did that. I did it for about 3 months. Girl, feet was hurting. Go ahead. Talk about it later.
Your feet do hurt a little bit. But I enjoy talking to people. Like, I'm a very sociable person.
Yeah.
If I'm out somewhere and I'm not sociable, something's off. So I enjoy doing it, and I started meeting people. And a couple of my friends were like, Angel, why you don't do this on your own? And I was like, I don't know. But as I started doing it, and I'm making this company so much money, I was like, I can do this by myself, and I can have fun with it. I love going to vineyards. The problem with wine vineyards, in my opinion, is you don't get information about the wines. They give you this sheet. They have all these different wines on it. You taste them and you check if you like it and if you want to buy it.
Yep.
So what I decided to do, because it's something that I wanted, was to build my company on not just enjoyment, fun, but information.
The
I'm gonna give you
education
the
piece
history.
about it.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
education. I'm gonna educate you on not just how to properly taste the wines and enjoy it and appreciate it. I'm gonna give you some history on the wines. I want to tell you how wine tastings, originated, where they came from. We're gonna have fun with it. We're gonna play some games with it because you learn better and you retain more when you enjoy something, right?
Yeah.
And I teach the proper way. Like most of us, we drink wine like we're gonna drink it because we want to get inebriated. But you got to learn how to appreciate it. Yeah, inebriated. We're gonna use some good words. You're gonna taste it. You're gonna sip, swirl, savor.
Yeah,
That's my
yeah.
thing, right?
Yeah.
You sip, swirl, you savor the taste of it, and then you drink it. Because some people are like, I've actually had one of the participants that came to one of my tastings and say, Angie, I don't like wine. I said, well, I'm gonna teach you how to appreciate it. I bet you're gonna like it when you finish. And she did, because what she would do at first, initially, was just drink it. Nah, it's a way that you're gonna do this. We're gonna use all your senses. We're gonna look at it. We're gonna smell it. Then we're gonna taste it. Because when you at home, Boots, when you make your barbecue, you can smell it and you know it's gonna be good. Your mouth start watering. So the first thing you look at it look real good. Then you start smelling it and you can start tasting it in the back of your throat. Like you can't wait. You're anticipating the flavor. So I teach you how to anticipate the flavors of some really good wines.
That's dope.
And when I come, I bring everything. I bring decorations because I'm mobile wine taste. I'm a mobile venue. So I bring tablecloths that look like wood. I bring the charcuterie. People get individual charcuteries. You get to enjoy fruits. You get to see all of these different wines. You get to taste everything. You play games. You get prizes. Everybody want to feel like they're getting something, right?
Right.
If I'm getting a gift, oh yeah, I'm going. So everybody gets something and we all have a great time.
So that engagement piece
Absolutely.
there.
I can attest to it because last year, was that last year or earlier this year?
It was last year.
I had an event that Angie hosted at my home. One of our good buddies was getting married, and it was kind of like a bachelor type thing, but it was done. She laid it out. She turned my whole basement into like a wine tasting place, right? And we had a great time, and we did the whole sip. What is it? Sip, swirl, savor, and all that. But I did learn some things. I did learn some things about wine and how to be a connoisseur.
There you go.
What's your favorite wine? Favorite type of wine?
I've always been a red guy. I've always been a cab guy, Merlot type of guy. But what we're drinking tonight, the sweet red, I really like it.
I really like it.
Yeah, it's really nice.
And it's 16%.
Yeah.
Love that part.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. So I can personally attest to how great her events is and how much of a great job that she does, and I mean it was well, not fully, but it was a bunch of guys there, and even the guys were into it and had a good time, and we were engaging. And by the end of the night, we was all friends. We was laughing, joking, having a good time. So it's definitely something you guys want to look into. If especially ladies, if you're having girls' night out or you celebrate something, guys too, man. If you're doing something, couples night at the house or what have you, I highly, highly recommend it. So thanks
I
again.
also do fundraisers.
Fundraisers,
Yep.
which is always fun.
Absolutely.
So definitely, man, tap in, y'all. Tap in, man. It's a really cool thing she got going on. So thanks again for coming through. And like she said, she got the wine set up, and where people can look, find you. And
I'm on social media on Instagram. I'm on TikTok. I'm on Facebook, From the Vine Tastings LLC, and you can also go on the World Wide Web, FromTheVineTastingsLLC.com.
Yes.
Very good.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Tap in, y'all.
I love it.
Tap in.
Very
Now,
good.
this brother here, been knowing him pretty much the vast majority of my life. We met freshman year in college, played football together, whatever. I've seen his growth as a man, as a father, you know what I mean? And, we tell each other all the time that we're proud of each other, man. And one thing that I can hang my hat on is that this man helped me buy my first home by myself, buying a home by myself. It was a very seamless process. You know, I was nervous because I was coming off a divorce, and I don't know, you know what I'm saying? But man, he helped me out. Him, man, shout out to Marcus, man, who was my money guy too, on behind the scenes. That's also my man. But I, again, just like you, I can personally attest to his skills and his care as a realtor, right? It's not just about, I'm trying to get this commission, right? No, he really wants to help you find the right place for you. He won't put you in a situation where you house broke. Like, Ma, this ain't the one. This ain't the one. So, I know you've done a lot of different things, man. So, tell us a little bit more how you even got into real estate and down, you know, property management. Give us a whole synopsis.
Right. So yeah, for me, I was taught very early on to have multiple streams of income. Right. So I always looked at your main job is something that's going to fuel your passion and things that you want to get into. And so, of course, a lot of people know I was the massage guru. I started that business back in 2008, traveling to people's home, bringing the massage table, chair, sheets, oil, everything, and providing professional massage services. And so in the midst of doing that, I'm going into these people's houses, and I'm looking at them like, what do you do to live in this type of place? And so, you know, I started to be fascinated, you know, with the properties that I was visiting and just having conversations with people. And that kind of, you know, piqued my interest to be able to get into real estate. And so it was actually perfect timing when I actually did get into real estate around 2017, 18. Little did I know that the pandemic was going to come in 2020. And so I had about 2 years of experience. And during the pandemic season, a lot of us experienced loss. And so during that time, my stepmom and my dad, they both took ill at the same time. They couldn't care for one another, so I had to go down and, you know, look after them. Eventually had to bring my dad back up here into the D.C. area and care for him, and I've been doing it ever since. He's, you know, improved tremendously. Unfortunately, a month after I brought him up, my stepmom died. And so, and bringing him here, you know, like I said, I had started a real estate business, and you know, I couldn't work anymore. I had to care for him, and so it kind of just very seamlessly, the compensation from the real estate allowed, you know, me to take care of him, and so I've been doing it ever since. Just this year, in August, actually a month ago, I just got the return to work. I was working in Prince George County Public Schools, and so, you know, in the school system, that kind of fueled me with the real estate and how I got going. Real estate, you know, it's not all the glitz and glamour you may see. It's, you know, you have to have an entrepreneurial mindset and even actually ran a few businesses in order to get going and see success. It's really important because, you know, you think, oh, I get my license, I go to the brokerage, they send me deals, I work the deals, I make all this money. That's the farthest thing from what actually happens.
And I can only imagine the interpersonal skills that it takes, right?
Big time.
Right?
Big time, because you're dealing with a person's most, you know, the biggest purchase that they'll make.
Ever make.
You know what I'm saying? And then also with individuals that, you know, family member has passed. And now you got this asset that, you know, when it was mom and pops, it wasn't a burden, but now I got my own mortgage or rent to pay, and now I got this house. And so, you know, I've been dealing with probate people that, you know, their family member has died. Now they're the heir of the property. And so from very early on in my career, I was helping people through that process. So now I just actually finished up to be certified, you know, as a probate real estate negotiator, to be able to help people from start to finish through that probate process. And so, yeah, you know, like I said, I've been doing it about 7-8 years now, helping people buy, help people sell, and, you know, actually got into the investment side of things as well. You know, bought a few properties, fixed and flipped. You know, I tried to hold one, but ended up having to get rid of that. And in the midst of it, I kind of said, hey, you know, I like the management portion as well. You know, other people, mom and pop owners, they may have 2 to 5, you know, rental properties, and you know, it's like I don't really want to deal with.
I don't
it.
want to talk to them.
I mean, it's
them
a,
people.
it's
They
a,
don't want- my toilet backed up because Charles went in there after Thanksgiving dinner. And so,
from the
yeah,
toilets to
yeah.
the dishwasher, the washer and dryers, just tenant turnover. Being a realtor, I can easily just list the property, you know, vet the, you know, people that's applying and get a solid tenant in there, and then just deal with them as we go through. I got a system already in play.
Yeah.
And so, you know, of course, real estate is transactional. So it's like you get paid when you close a deal. And so bringing on property management helps to keep, you know, that monthly income coming in.
Yep.
And so, you know, those things, and like I said, from the beginning, it's always multiple streams of income is how we accomplish, you know, major goals. And so just not being a traditional agent, but then also adding the property management, like I said, it created a whole different stream of income, and it helps sustain. So, yeah.
Good,
So,
man.
so real quick though, where can I get like a 6,000 square foot house for like $25,000?
For $25,000
Like,
in your mind, sweetheart, in your mind.
You can't even go down south for that.
these houses are crazy.
Yeah, but no, you know, even if you and it's funny you made a statement like that, because like in the Dominican Republic and you know other islands, you know, kind of like what we consider like third world countries, you can get a really good deal. And even you know in the motherland of Africa, I got you know somebody that I used to fellowship in church with. She went and built out there, not for 25,000, but a very very spacious, solid, you know, property. But you know, construction materials. It's gonna cost a little bit of money. But just having those kind of thoughts, that's where creation happens. You know, in your thoughts. So you know,
That's what's up, man. And so now you also recently have gotten in the travel thing as well, right?
I have.
Everything.
Again, I didn't even know you was gonna bring that up.
Why
But,
not?
Yeah, I mean, because you know, I luckily I just found just like all the best things, you know what I'm saying? It just kind of stumbles upon you when you're
Yeah.
paying attention. But yeah, travel more, travel for less, and just traveling better. And so, for those interested in learning more about how you can do that, and I know they've been seeing me take my wife on different trips every year now. We go somewhere for her birthday or
Shout
mine.
out to Don. What up, Don?
Yeah, she's tuned in. Hey, babe.
Sis.
And so, but yeah, you know, it's basically a membership. It's like a travel group. So it's not like how you get down where I can actually plan a trip for you. It's none of that. All you got to do is sign up yourself, nominal fees, not thousands of dollars. However, you save thousands of dollars
Personal travel.
on your personal travel. It's all about you. It's basically like thinking of you got a Costco card or you got a BJ's card.
Okay.
And so you got those membership perks to be able to buy in bulk cheaper. So it's the same thing here. We have several websites where you can either, you know, travel locally, you can do a getaway, or you can do a world tour. And then on top of that, you can do rental cars, you can get your flights, entertainment, you can get your Beyonce tickets cheaper. I'm going to the game on Sunday, to the Raiders game.
Who you gonna root for?
I'm a Raiders fan. You know I'm rooting for the Raiders.
He, by the way, he's one of those people that was a Commanders Redskins fan and jumped ship.
I was never a Commanders fan. I was never a Washington football team fan. I was a Washington Redskins fan.
The way
Okay.
you just lied without any type
Okay.
of
He was a
like,
fan.
I
and
was
he
a
jumped
Washington
ship. He jumped
Redskins
ship.
fan. It was March 10th. Let me tell you. It was
He knows
March
the
10th.
date. He knows
Yeah,
the date.
because it broke my heart. I was a Washington Redskins fan for 32 years. March 10th, I had enough with Dan Snyder as the owner. When he
March
fired
10th, what year?
2017. When he fired Scott
I
McClure.
remember that too.
he chose his health.
Hey, I had to. You can't keep pissing on me telling me it's raining. Okay? And so
okay, all right, let's go.
he's-
Let's
he's-
move on. Let's move on.
he had to take it there.
We're gonna move on. First of all, we're gonna beat the shit out of y'all on Sunday.
Hey, I'll be there enjoying myself. And
get back on
Mariota
track.
quarterbacking, y'all not doing that. Y'all not doing
Yeah,
that.
he probably will. I'm trying to figure out if I'm gonna go to the game. Do y'all know it now? just to park your car at the stadium is almost $200.
Uber.
I did not know that.
Like, bro, I don't even know where you catch and pick Uber up at now.
Me
though.
either. I'm gonna find out on Sunday.
You just tell them what parking lot you want to get dropped off at, and they'll drop you right in front. They can't come in, but they.
I walk that stadium so much it don't even matter. As long as you
Yeah.
get me there, I ain't
Do they drop you
driving.
at the bottom of the hill?
I don't know if it's at the bottom of the hill or not.
You know what I mean when I say
Yeah,
bottom
but
of the
I have a
hill?
girlfriend that catches Uber anytime she goes to the game, and
Yeah.
she said it's good for her, so it can't be too far.
Yeah, I guess it's not too bad. Cause I was thinking about buying a ticket to go to the game off the Dolo, and when I saw them prices for the parking passes,
Yeah,
Uber, dog.
That's crazy. Almost
Yeah.
$200. That's crazy.
I wasn't even going
That's
to
ridiculous.
drive, or I get dropped off and picked up. You know, that was always my mindset because, like you said, they went crazy, and it's the NFL. That's a part of why they're $1 billion business. They charging the beer $16.
And people gonna pay it.
Oh yeah.
oh yeah,
It's an
not
experience.
this people, but people gonna pay it. People gonna pay it for sure.
I think it's definitely harder for us to imagine paying that because we're locals. Also, like people coming into our stadium, they like, oh, all right,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
part of
Right.
their
It's the
experience.
It's part of the
They've
experience,
already
that's for
built
sure.
that cost
That's
in.
for
But
sure.
us, we like, man, I live 10 minutes from there. I'm not doing that.
So what y'all think about recently, just the other day or yesterday, the team got approved finally with the votes to move back to DC at the old
Yeah,
RFK
I
site.
heard about it. I'm not a Washington fan at all.
You the Cowboys, right?
Absolutely.
Oh, that's terrible.
Die hard.
Oh,
that's
I know you
terrible.
ain't talking because the Raiders ain't been doing nothing.
Don't
for
worry about it. It's a
years.
fan experience. It's a nation. We're a
you got
nation.
experience. It's all right.
Greater nation.
Is-
But
you
I
know
think
what
that
it
it's good for
is.
y'all.
Yeah.
I think that although I'm not,
Well, what about the DMV?
although I'm not a Washington fan, I think that it's good for us to have a stadium in DC, not Landover. If it's a Washington team, your stadium should be in the District of
Y'all
Columbia.
Hold on.
stadium ain't in Dallas.
Exactly. If you look
We're talking
around the
about your little
league.
sorry team. I mean,
Hold on, but we
said we
just
wasn't
saying
talking about
most
her,
of the
right?
teams are not in the city
Yeah, that's
that
true.
they represent.
But we're
New
in
York is in
Texas.
New Jersey.
but we are in Texas.
It's a whole
Washington
state.
and Maryland, come on.
Listen,
Right down the
Washington
street.
became Washington from Maryland and Virginia, so they only got but a little block of land,
If
and
you
I'm
wanna-
happy.
If you're going to use Washington and you say that you're the nation's capital team, you need to be in D.C.
Well,
There's
they
nothing
back.
you can say to make
They
me
back.
think
They back.
different.
They back.
In 30, what is it, 2030?
2030,
They
the
back.
stadium should be erected and everything should be good. The only thing I worry about is, of course, traffic. Because we all know what that little bitty area in Northeast is,
We can't take the
right?
congestion
And you
of
about to
that.
put
It's too much.
65,000 seat stadiums, all the bells and whistles, and all that right there. Like I would love to see how but they did say they're going to develop the area around it, which i.e. basically means a little bit more gentrification
Absolutely.
around around there. So what I don't want to have is Mom Dukes and Grandma and Grandpa and them be forced out of their homes
Sure.
for this. So hopefully that will be a good, fair exchange with the residents, the current residents there. But I mean, you never know with the current administration. They trying to take the city over. So we don't know how that's going to really play out. But I'm just happy that it's not in Virginia. Because going across that bridge and definitely not going all the way to like Ashburn or something like that where they were considering it. Yeah, no one wants to go all the way down there.
Sure.
Although that's where a lot of the paying customers and ticket holders live. So I could understand if they did go down there. But shout out to the Commanders. Hail to the Commanders. Burgundy and Gold, goddammit.
Anyway.
This is a Burgundy and Gold podcast
I
or
like your blue
internet show.
jacket.
No.
I like your blue jacket.
What blue jacket?
Your blue jacket.
This ain't Cowboys blue.
It's blue.
And don't talk to me because she's a Green Bay fan and they just whooped us. So
Oh, wow, yeah.
Yeah.
That was a bad look for y'all.
Sit back quiet. Got a dog in the fight. Got a dog in the fight.
We ain't gotta do too much.
moving along. So we've been talking about business and entrepreneurship. So I wanted to ask you guys, do you consider yourselves an introvert or extrovert, right? Like, what do you think you are?
I am actually an introvert with extroverted ways.
What the hell is that?
So I like to be by myself,
Okay.
and it takes time for me to like recoup from large events. It takes a lot out of me. People don't believe that because I am sociable, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I'm forcing myself. I have to go home. Like, it drains me. I like being around people sometimes. I like talking to people. If you look at my social media, it looks like I'm out all the time and I'm loving it. But most times it's because I have to. You know, I'm promoting, or I'm doing something with the Eastern Star, or I'm doing something with Sigma Gamma Rho. So I have to be doing those things, right? But I have extroverted ways because I know how to socialize and I can be that social butterfly. I can walk in any room and talk to anybody, from the janitor to the president of the company. So I have those extroverted ways, but I enjoy being by myself.
Okay. What about you?
Personally, I think I'm an extrovert. You know, being outside, most of my life, you know what I'm saying, just settled down, about a year and a half married now. And my wife will tell you he's definitely an extrovert because she's the true introvert. So it's like when we out and about, and of course I'm born and raised here, so I'm running into people I know all the time. And so, everybody is a friend or family. And I'm speaking to him, and she just off to the side, like, here we go again,
I know that.
But, yeah, I've always been a people person, got a big family, and always, try to bring the family together.
Yeah.
And I can chill over, be to myself, but I do enjoy just seeing people enjoying themselves, having a good time.
What about you? Co-host.
It's so crazy, yo, because I think I've evolved.
Oh boy, here we go.
Huh? I said what? No, seriously. The best way I can explain it is that I think I'm like at this stage in my life, I'm a socialized introvert. I used to love being around people until now. I really don't like a lot of people. A couple podcasts ago, a couple shows ago, we talked about like the superficialness of like just society, and I can't keep up with it. Like, I've never been like, one of our mutual friends the other day. We was texting. He was like, "Yo," I was like, "Did I say something that like offended you?" He was like, "Can never offend me, but by the way, like, you've always been like brutally honest and kind of insensitive." I was like, "Oh, I don't really know how to take that." But he was like, "No, it's just really one of them things. I don't know how to play fake."
That's really good.
And the masses have become very much so that
These
in
cell
these
phones.
social circles,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And that's draining to me, honestly, to just keep up with that persona.
Yeah.
And so I prefer like to socialize with genuine people, and then it's just organic for me to be up,
Right.
because I'm a very energetic type of person. So but I used to be able to just go out and be amongst all the crowds and do whatever, and I was just like, this is a lot of work, because like people are just too much. And then I think I'm a socialized introvert at this point.
Well, y'all know me. I'm shy. I don't really like to say it loud.
No, you didn't even have to answer. I knew that's what
Mr.
it was. I could have
Personality.
told your story.
I'm shy. Can't even say it.
You can't even get it out.
At all.
I'm definitely an extrovert, and I know for a fact I get it from my dad. My dad was real outgoing, and everybody loved him. And he walk in the room, and it's like Norm from Cheers. Norm, you know what I'm saying? And so I got it honest in that regard. But like you said, if I go out of town, if me and you go out of town and I'm around your people and I don't know nobody, I'll kind of chill and play the cut or whatever. But once I get comfortable and the people welcome me in, I'm cousin. You know what I'm saying? I'm there.
Right.
And the funny and the reason why I brought this up, because we were talking about business and having to talk to people and be charismatic, is that a lot of people that are extroverts, it's intimidating, right? Or it comes off like, oh, he think he like that, or she think she like that.
Loud. Too
Yeah,
much.
you know what I mean?
Yeah,
And so, I got to thinking about, like you just said, an extrovert and an introvert in a relationship, and because I experienced that before and it didn't go too well.
Yeah.
And I
Get
think
tricky.
both people kind of have to be mindful of who they're with. And just like everything else, like a healthy compromise, right? That type of thing, right? And so the reason why I wanted to bring that up, because that brings us right into our first topic. And I just want y'all to know the topics tonight, a lot of them come from Aries herself. So there's that.
Self-proclaimed psych major. No, I be listening, y'all. I be following Psychology Today and stuff because I want to like understand the society we in, because it just astonishes me, the things that I see. So I like to like follow studies and research and data and stuff like that. So I sent them all this stuff. After I sent it to him, I was like, damn, everything was like, oh, studies show, new research says. But
It was.
anyway,
But no, I think
That's
it's
pretty
very interesting and topic worthy. So, right into the theme, as she said, a recent study shows that adults today have a difficult time maintaining friendships and an even harder time making new friends, right? Do y'all think that's accurate or not? Like, do you think that it is tougher for adults in general to maintain friendships and to make new friends?
I think so.
Okay.
Because the way that society is going now, everybody's on the move. Everything is fast. You know, DC is a fast city anyway, right? So everybody's in a rush for everything. And now with the way society is, you have to have all these multiple streams of income. As we get older, we're doing so many different things. I'm meeting you, right? I am my own entrepreneur. My daughter's a high school senior, and she wants to study psychology.
nice.
I'm an Eastern Star. I'm a part of Sigma Gamma Rho Sorority Incorporated. So I have all of these things going on. Then I meet you. We hang out sometimes, but I might not have a lot of time to talk to you. So it's unfortunate, but as we get older, some people can't understand that just because I don't have time doesn't mean that I'm not your friend. That doesn't mean that I don't want to hang out sometimes. I just don't always have time. So it's difficult to maintain those relationships because for some of us, it takes us a while for us to get older to understand that you have to have multiple streams of income. You need to do these things to make sure your finances are in order for retirement, to make sure that you can maintain if you're not getting paid for 6 months. So when you meet these new friends, and even some of your old friends get intimidated by it, they can't take it. When you meet these new friends, instead of them understanding and appreciating your hustle, they take it personal.
So what do you think about the phrase, people make time for what they want to?
I believe that people make time for what they want to when they can. But I also believe that you can implement some time for things that are important.
Yeah.
Sometimes you have to make compromises. You got to sacrifice
Yeah.
for what's important.
I agree with that. So what you think, Vince? You think it's difficult for grown-ups these days to maintain friendships and to build new friendships?
Absolutely.
Why is that?
Well, I think it's kind of two-part. For number one, I would think about these cell phones, which, you know, you got to look at it as a cell, like being incarcerated. You know what I mean? Because it really captures you, locks you up, because it's so entertaining, right? You get on your favorite app and you can scroll, and you don't understand how much sensory that you're receiving. And so you're being satisfied. When back in the day, before we had all this, you had your friends that you actually called or you linked up with. And you know what I'm saying? That's where you became satisfied, right? And then also, we getting older, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like you said, you just turned 50. I'll be 50 next month. And, you know, we're at that age now where if it don't fit in our schedule,
Baby, put me on the
What
calendar.
were we just talking about?
Listen.
On vacation, going to bed.
you understand? Like literally, like this is creeping up on my bedtime right here, being, you know, hanging out with you tonight.
Yeah.
And, you know,
Well, we thank you.
but because this is my man,
Yeah.
and you know, I said, oh, I do it. You know what I'm saying? I did take a nap, just like last Saturday before the fight night. I had to take a nap. We at that age, so you know, in regards to friendship, it's like, you know, as soon as you get a hint, like they moving funny, you move out the way. You just let people go, be you, do you. There's no love laws, but I ain't bringing that, you know what I'm saying, over here with what I got going on.
Yeah.
And it's just that simple. So I think it's those two things. The cell phones kind of satisfy most things, and then us just being cool with where we at. And if you doing some, or you trying to come throw the shade, where's the invite? No listen, miss me. I just block you off that.
That's good. That's good.
There's your invite.
Yeah.
Never again.
You'll never get one again.
You know what I mean?
You'll never get one now.
Yeah, that's such an
Yeah.
annoying thing.
Oh,
That's so
good.
annoying.
No, we talked about that.
Oh, my
we
God.
talked about that.
What's
So
that?
When people, when you like have stuff and then
You're
maybe
afraid
you
to put
post or
pictures up.
whatever,
You put
and
pictures
people
up,
say,
it's
I ain't get no invite. Like,
Oh, God.
come on, man. You know,
They
and
need
because
a
I mean,
hug.
people have stuff all the time that I wasn't invited for, but I don't take it personal. And be like,
Never
"Where's
reach
my
out, like, what
invite?" Like,
happened?
all right, and it's no indictment on our friendship or,
Right.
or our connection or whatever. But
Then if you can't make it, they don't invite you no more. Are you kidding me?
or if you invite them, they probably ain't gonna come anyway.
I was getting ready to talk about that. Let's talk about the folks who got FOMO. Like they just want the invite to
Right.
feel
They ain't gonna
inclusive
come.
of something.
Right, but they not
don't
coming.
never come.
Right.
They ain't gonna come.
Like,
They ain't gonna come.
yeah.
Yeah.
So there's that situation. I feel like, and that kind of takes it to the topic. I feel like with guys, with men, we have traditionally always been a little bit more apt to making friends, right, and being able to link up, right. You know, you could take two guys. At you know, you go to a new job, you walk past a dude a couple times in a few weeks. Next thing you know, y'all dapping, you know, whatever. You talking about the game, you talking about the fight, or whatever. Next thing you know, y'all cool, right? But I don't think that dynamic is all that in place for women as much as men.
It's not.
I disagree though.
I don't think it is.
You don't think so?
No, I think
You
you're
agree
right.
with me?
I agree with you. Yes.
So what you don't think that's the case? I'm not saying all women, but I'm speaking more in general
understand what
sense.
you're saying, but because I don't want to say this, a lot of women are very catty. So because a lot of women are very catty, it's difficult. But
Well,
when
I
you're
think
in,
that's exactly
but when
what
you're
he's
in, but however,
Mm-hmm.
when you're in the work environment, you tend to make friends more than you would just being outside. So I can agree, but I can't agree at the same time. Like at work, we see women a few times, and we start speaking. You compliment on their outfits and everything, then you start having lunch, stuff like that.
Does that really happen?
Yeah, it does. So you know I'm retired, right? I retired in May. Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much. Two women that we became friends, Monica and Amanda. We still meet up monthly. We still in group chats. We still talk about doing things together. So it just depends on the situation, on the environment. I think when you're in the working world and you're going into the office, it's a little different than when you just going out, you hanging out with friends. Because I might go out with a few of my girlfriends. They bring somebody new with us to brunch. That don't mean I'm gonna talk to her again. But if I'm seeing you all the time at work, and then you see each other, you're like, oh, you always walking. You always got something to do. Da da da. Then you.
I thought the idea of work was mind your business and do your job. That's why I mostly hear people talk about.
I mean, you do mind your business and do your job, but when you see somebody a lot and you start saying a few things, it's more than just mind your business. Now
But
you
I
going to
feel like
Starbucks.
I heard two separate things, unless I'm wrong. From what you were painting, like the encounter with two men, like you can meet somebody, you were like, okay, you meet someone mutually through Vince. You meet them that day, y'all spend the day, y'all mesh, and then it's up from there. It can be
Yeah.
up from there,
Yeah.
right? So that's kind of quick. From what I'm hearing from you, like you said, when you're going into that work environment, you're seeing them a couple times. We're kind of observant as women,
Yeah, we
right?
are.
We do kind of gotta see what you on, sis,
Yes.
right? And then that relationship or friendship can sort of blossom and go from there. So I
Yeah.
think those were kind of maybe
Okay.
That's a
that
good point.
dividing
Yeah, you had
factor
a-
that
I think you
guys
hit that
feel
point.
in this.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's a good point. That's a good point.
But yeah, I mean,
We observe more. We do.
yeah.
I think more quickly, like you explained it with fellas, like I play golf. And, once we get to the course, we might have three guys and then somebody else, kind of chimes in. During that 4-5 hours, like, he one of the best friends.
Yeah, yeah,
You know
it's
what
like
I'm
you've
saying?
known him forever.
And then, he may be one of the ones that kind of maybe plan a trip or, plan the next course. And then boom, just like that, I got a new golf buddy. You know what I mean? It happens a lot faster. But like you said, with female, I know for my wife, she's like, you know what I'm saying? She like, the vibes, you know what I'm saying?
She wrong. She wrong.
Listen, I'm going to say it.
Say it.
I think part of the problem is that women almost have this innate feeling of competition with one another. And I think it starts with what she got on, how she looked, and like we were just talking about, her energy, right? If she's confident, she's sure of herself, that can often be received as, oh, she thinks she's like that. And I'm basing this on, growing up with 4 sisters, being married before for 10 years, and all the things that I have seen and heard people talk about. I just think that, a lot of times, like, I've been places where I've been in a room of men and women, right? Social setting or what have you. And a new woman would come walk in the room. Maybe one of the persons that were already there invited somebody. She walked in, and immediately you could almost see it. The women are kind of like just sizing her up from head to toe. Like I said, what she got on, and if they don't approve what she got on, well, she when she come in here looking like that or whatever, right?
Some women are like that. Me personally, when I'm quiet, I'm like you. I'm observing. I want to feel your energy. I have a strong gut feeling about people, and most times it's right. I mean, if you sit around and you quiet, I don't think that you stuck up. I think you like me. You observing. You want to, see where you fit in. Some people get in where they fit in, and some people they like, yeah, this ain't for me. But you're right. Some women do. I get sized up all the time. I'm used to it, but I don't do that to other women.
Yeah, and I, it's I hate that, right? I hate it because there have been times, like I have a lot of friends, I know a lot of people. There's been times where I've been made to feel like I'm in the middle, right? Because I want everybody to get along, and it doesn't happen that way, right? Or I have friends that are women, and I'll say, hey, so-and-so, you talk to so-and-so? Oh, nah, I don't rock with her no more. Well, what happened?
So I got something to say to that, right? Because, and again, I hate that you are made to feel in the middle, but if you are calling yourself a friend to both of these women, then you're kind of your sister's keeper, right? Both of them. There has to be something in the sense where you're holding accountable. Here's my issue. My issue is you have the 2 women, right? And you ask, oh, what about so-and-so? And that one immediately goes into, oh, won't rock with her no more. Well, what happened? And she's already on the ready to tell you the story, right? But you ain't heard a word from this other side, right? Do you think that at some point you are there in place to hold accountable the woman who is bringing the story to you versus the woman that's sitting back on it because it's not even worthy that if me and you are falling out, everybody don't have to go. No, you don't have to enlist an army to not like me or to enlist an army to tell them what has transpired between us. One, you're putting friends, like, you know what I mean? You're pitting friends against each other to choose a side. The second thing is it's weak bitch energy. Let's be clear, right? And so I just want to know as the friend, a male friend at that, and I get it, y'all men like, man, I can't be getting in these females' business. Because it's something that you guys aren't even, like, you don't go through it, so you don't even want to deal with it. Like, this ain't even, but I'm just saying, like, you say you hate to see it. But, like, maybe it takes you to say, hey, like, listen, that's my friend, too, whatever y'all going through, talk about it, but, she ain't told me nothing about you. It's you telling me.
Well, granted, I think that I understand what you're saying, but it usually happens very organically. Like I said, me just simply saying, yeah, I'm going to call so-and-so to come, or, hey, you talk to so-and-so, and then they say it, I think it's natural for the reaction to be, what happened?
Right.
Like, what happened? Now, if they choose to spill their guts, then whatever. I don't have to say, oh, well, tell me more. I don't have to do that. But if I naturally say, Dad, we was all just hanging 2 months ago, what happened? Then, you know, what have you. But the bigger point is I'm more concerned about the fact that there's some type of beef at all. Right? That's my point. My point is that there's a problem at all.
Women gonna win.
And the women gonna women.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's it.
And I never like the game that
That's
when
it.
you first said
That's
it. When
it.
she said caddy, I was like, that's it. When
That's
you
it.
Like,
I can't think
it,
of.
Then you
I
just
can't.
be
I
like,
can't
y'all
think
Let's call
of.
it the nature of the beast of being a
I
woman.
can't think
I
of.
don't know.
I can't think of too many dudes that I know, that I rock with, that I've called my friend. That right now I could be like, nah, I don't fuck with cuz. Right? Because, like I said, men, for the most part, even if there's an issue, you know, we talk it out a lot of time. I'm not saying men don't beef, because clearly they do. There's a
Yeah,
lot of
clearly.
men dead and in jail because niggas be beefing. But by and large, I just think that a lot of the disconnect that comes from with women, oftentimes, it ain't about nothing. It don't be about nothing.
It don't
think-
ever
I
have to
think
be
that-
about
I think that- I
anything,
think
but
that's just
once
a
you
man
once they tell their
perspective.
story and people put batteries and backs,
Yeah.
then oftentimes it's that's usually the fuel to it, and then it can't be backed down. You understand what I'm saying? It's never really that deep, but when it starts out not deep, it really takes like emotional intelligence from both parties to keep it within, talk about it, and to squash it. Like it sounds like how typically men would do. If you got an issue with Vince, you gonna take it straight with Vince, and y'all gonna talk about it. Vince homie ain't gotta know about it. Your best friend ain't gotta know about it. Y'all
Right.
squash it. Nobody ever knew anything.
Like, let me
So-
give you an example. And I don't even care if they hear this, but I ain't gonna say no names. But I went to an event a couple weeks ago where I saw a young lady I hadn't seen in a long time. Hey, what's up? Good to see you. Da da da. Oh, you talk to so and so? Boom. You know what? Let me FaceTime them. FaceTime the person, and the person, when they get on FaceTime and they see who I'm with, they like, hi, da 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 da. And so I'm like, what's going on? So when I talked to them, and I'm like, what's the problem? Because I didn't like that. That was, I felt like that was uncalled for. This person was happy to hear from you, and you like, what's up? And the only thing they could say was, well, I ain't talked to her in a long time.
See, that goes
We ain't
back to
talked
what
in a
we
while.
said.
You made a point
Life-
about that. Yeah.
Life.
We ain't
life
talk- we
be
ain't-
life, and you just
But
can't talk
imagine
We ain't
to
talked in a
them.
while.
emotional intelligence.
Then
to
she
be
was like-
beefing with somebody.
But that's
Yeah,
what
like,
people
like,
are.
and then
Like,
it turned into, well, you know, people grow out of relationships. Why? Nothing happened.
Because they're so used to you showering them, like you're spoiling them, like you gotta. Some people gotta be held all the time.
Yeah,
I personally
man.
don't have time to hold you all the time. I have a 17-year-old, and I'd be like, "Hey, look, cut all that crying and shit out. I ain't got time for it." Like some people are just more emotional,
Yeah,
and they
that's
need
true.
all of that.
So the comments are kind of going wild. So we want to
got
read
good
some comments.
comments.
Shout out to y'all. Tiffany, what up, Tiff? Tiffany Harrison said, "Girls make friends faster when they were very young, like grade school. As you grow older, women are a little more reluctant, mostly because of past experiences."
True.
True.
Agreed.
Yeah, I guess that's whatever. Tony, what's up?
Don't carry
And
Tiff like that, Slim.
He was, you know what I'm saying? Like he's not even accepting the
Well,
true
the
experience
pa-
of
the
a
That's
woman.
no sense. She's basically telling you. You know what I'm
But the
saying?
past experiences are just what I said a lot of times. Stuff that's petty and ain't really about nothing.
But it creates you to it creates you to be guarded because
Yeah.
you've let
Yeah.
women in. You've done nothing wrong, but because of their own insecurities or whatever, they treat you away. You go through that enough, yeah.
probably did
You're
something
not
wrong
gonna,
too.
you,
They
you're
probably
not
did
gonna
something
rock
wrong
with
too.
nobody like that. like I said, we at that age where you're not gonna put up with the nonsense.
Yeah, you ain't got it.
So if they
Absolutely. You don't have
moving funny, most people just move out the way.
out the way.
You go ahead and go with yourself.
When you're grown, you need to be able to understand that people have stuff. And sometimes we go through stuff and we don't talk about it. So when you pick up the phone, be like, hey, I haven't heard from you. Hey, babe, but I'm glad to hear from you now. And just keep talking.
And that's what I was about to say. The phone go both ways. I mean, she ain't
Yeah.
called me, but did you reach out to her?
Correct.
And I,
You got a point
Did you
there.
the
reach
answer
out
is
to
no.
her?
The answer is no.
Mhm.
The answer is 9 times out of 10, no. Shout out to Chrissy. Chrissy said some women just haven't grown up.
Absolutely.
And that was another point. That's why I was
Yep.
pointing at you. Like you said, you're affiliated with, women organizations.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? It's based in sisterhood. And so
good.
that has
good.
groomed you. You know what I'm saying? I
And
don't
we
know.
as sisters, we fight internally.
Of course
But
you
there
do.
comes a time when you have to be like, look, let's squash this. Like,
And-
seriously.
And that
And keep it
matures you.
moving.
You got other sisters that all
They
they
never
did was
had
raise their
anything.
kids
Yeah.
and go to work.
We ain't got to be skateboard buddies.
You know what I'm
none of
saying?
that.
So
That's
it's
good.
like they
That's
didn't
good.
get that. They didn't
Yeah.
get that level of woman to woman accountability and real assertiveness and
Don't-
love. Like,
Don't
hey,
say that
sis.
word.
That's good.
Oh yeah.
Say that. Don't say that word when it, as it relates to women. Accountability.
Boots don't
That's a
stop
whole
saying.
other. That's a whole other
That's a different show.
show
I mean,
in
that's
itself.
just a strong word for any gender. And,
Yeah.
and
I
that's
agree.
one reason
Yeah.
why I'm like, I do it, because a lot of what we discuss, we try to put it off on,
other.
men and we people.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And
the
so
gender
that's just,
divide oftentimes.
we
don't
need
I
to
hate
let
it.
it go.
I
We
hate
need to
it.
let that
I
go
hate
and
it.
just come together and love
I
one
hate it.
another. That's what I'm really huge on.
Yeah.
Read another one. I like engaging with the people.
So, and Tony, shut up, Tony. Tony was talking about when we were talking about introverts, extroverts. He said, "I'm social. If we have a common interest, like talking about sports at a cookout or bar, usually it goes from there. It kind of goes up from there. And I know I've had cookouts and things in my house, and I've seen the fellas who ain't know each other from Adam before, but they rapping, they talking, but I never see that really from the women. You know what I'm saying? At the cookouts, right? I mean, all y'all been to cookouts
how
at
it
my
is.
house. It'd be a nice amount of people, and I try to observe and things of that nature. And I've seen, like Tony, he met a bunch of people, and I think he connected with a few folks as well, dudes that he didn't even know before he got there. But I don't really, the women kind of stick with the women that they know, and
always
that's
bring somebody
for the
with
most part, right, right. So, but yeah, it is an interesting dynamic. But I do think friendships in general these days, man, it's a very delicate thing, right? And I think that, like Vince just stated, like we've gotten away from love, right? We've gotten away from love
And
of
grace.
each other and
And
grace.
grace.
Absolutely.
Like
Yeah.
everybody's so quick to just cut somebody off. And you said something that I kind of don't like when people say, but you said it in a little bit different context. Is when people especially get online or whatever, and they be like, I don't like people. I don't like, and I just think that's such a bad energy phrase, right? When you just talk about, when you just say you don't like people, and it comes from a place of, you know what I'm saying, like you're this guarded person where you just you don't want to let people in, you don't,
I think-
and all that. I just think that's so counterproductive to who
think-
we are as people.
I think people that make that statement, they really love people.
Not you.
And you know what I'm saying? But they're just so disappointed.
Yeah, and they're
And
not
how-
being accepted the way that they want to be accepted.
You understand what I'm saying? It's like
That's the defense mechanism.
exactly. Yep, they really enjoy people. Like you said, you're into psychology. That's my minor, and I was the same exact way when I was in my 20s. And it's like when you experience people and see how they move, how they do. It just becomes it's just disgusting right down to your gut. So it's just like I don't like people no
It's
more.
definitely more of what you said. It's a disappointment. Like, and again, most of us connect. Yeah, we have our own little, real life encounters with people, but for the most part, many of us connect with people via social media, right? And the fact that you can jump online and any given day there's a different current event going on, and somebody take the masses have one thought process, and everybody's saying the same thing. Nobody's thinking for themselves. The Charlie Kirk situation, just to see the divide in how people was talking, like it's very disappointing.
But
Like,
like
and we
that-
don't. And let's not talk about
Oh
the
my
self-proclaimed
God.
journalists, everybody who has to do the breaking news and the
Yeah,
selective
right.
outrage and all that. And I'm at the point where I'm like, when are we going to get to the point where we're talking about community
Yeah.
building? We're all talking about being pro-black and we have to stand up for each other, but we're bothering ourselves with this stuff that doesn't involve us. Like, are you going to
That's-
stay part of the problem, or are you going to be part of the resolution?
That's
I'm
that's
over
it.
the constant selective rage, and then it goes away, and then
Then
that's
the next
the part
topic
of I'm
comes.
like,
Yes,
it-
I
it's
feel you
draining.
1,000% because I looked at
Sounds
it
like
like
me.
I never even knew the guy. I didn't know he existed, and it was white on white crime. That was it to me. Period.
it
I
was
had
normal
no other
Wednesday.
thought about it.
like-
Everybody taking stances.
Yeah.
You got Jimmy Kimmel. He's suspended because he made a statement about it. And for me, I'm like, that's your arena, and that's your culture. So you're allowed to speak on it, but I guess not because of what you said. But at the end of the day, with that guy, white on white crime.
Because every day
We have
and let's
our
be clear,
own issues.
Every day since then, a black person has been missing in the DMV.
And this is
Every single day, every day,
Let's
it's
talk about
one,
it.
a male, female, children, adults. Like,
Let's talk about it.
And and it's unfortunate as entrepreneurs, we have to be very careful of what we put on social media because it can hurt your business.
It really
You
can. Yeah.
You can talk, in private with your friends, like even right now.
Mm-hmm.
You can't say certain things because it's gonna hurt your business. Because people
It
in
can.
their minds they make up this image of who you are, so we can't have an opinion on things. That's another reason why it's difficult to make friends because of your
Yeah.
opinion.
I just think
Yeah.
super like
Yeah.
all the controversial
I'm
stuff
neutral.
because it's such like you made a
Don't say
great
nothing.
point. It's like what's the topic of the day,
Mm-hmm.
and so everybody's commenting on this to that to this day to day. I just don't engage. I pay attention. I may comment on somebody else's thread, but my page, I promote positivity. I promote growth. I promote I'm pro black. I promote, multiple streams of income. I promote real estate and, getting a real, wealth building. These are things that I promote. I'm not going to, give energy to the negativity. That's just my approach
You
to life.
don't need to watch the news no more. Go on Facebook.
Yeah,
It's the same
that's
thing,
real.
yeah.
So let's get into. I found some more comments and
course
some
you
more
did.
whatever. So Don said, some people that she connects with over time become friends if they vibe, and she has associates at work, but they aren't friends with each other, which is an interesting dynamic. Lisa said, females are quick to judge if you don't start. So let me make sure I read this right. Females are quick to judge if you don't start judging people before you actually know them or even talk to them. Then you have a better chance of getting to know that person and having some type of relationship with that person. Lisa, I'm gonna need you to put some periods and some commas.
Separated a little
Because I couldn't really get it. But shout out to Lisa, that's my girl.
Oh, that's terrible.
L on here. What up, L? L said, don't tell me what they said about me. Tell me why they're comfortable telling you. That's a bar. Go ahead, Angie. What you about to
Because
say?
you're not there, and they know you
I
know
wasn't
you,
gonna
so
say
it's not
nothing.
like yeah.
But that's true. Like, why are they comfortable? Like, what are you saying? So I posted something on my page today because of a situation that happened with me. Right? If they talk about other people to you, they're gonna talk about you to other people.
No, yeah.
You know, you my friend, but she not my friend. So when I'm talking to you, what you gonna say to her about me? And then how opinionated are you gonna be? So why are you comfortable? Why is that person comfortable with talking to you about me? And did you stop them? And if you tried to stop them and they kept going, what did you do? Because I have been in that situation. I'm like, hey, look, we're not doing that. She not here to defend herself, so we're not doing that. But she did. Hey, you know what? I'm gonna call you back. But
Yeah.
what are other people doing? Like, where's the loyalty and what stance are you gonna take?
That's interesting. That's an interesting take. That's a whole other show
It is.
in itself. So we're gonna have to pin
We
that.
gonna have
We're
to
gonna
pin
pin
it,
that. We're gonna
for
have
sure.
to pin that.
Because I feel like we've been here before, and it gotta come
Hey,
back
that's
to
a
it.
reoccurring theme that comes up in some of the conversations that we've had. So I wanted to kind of getting into relationships and things of that nature. I wanted to kind of pivot to another topic, right? So I was thinking the other day, like, what happened to family reunions, right? Especially within the black community and black culture, right? What happened to family reunions, Sunday dinner with the family, and folk just being really tight with their cousins, their aunts. Like, do y'all kids, are they close with their cousins?
My
Right?
kids are.
Like
My
how it
kids
was
are.
when we was little. And if there's a disconnect, what caused that and that disconnect versus, because I know growing up, my cousins were like brothers and sisters, right? Spending the night at each other's houses. We all spend the night at grandma's house or what have you. But I can say that that's not like that at all. Well, by and large, with a lot of the cousins, the younger cousins in my family. So I would love to know how that disconnect happened, or if there's a disconnect at all.
Aries, why you looking big?
No. I didn't know if you wanted to go first. No,
I
baby.
go. So with my family, I am so grateful that all of the children, the cousins, my daughters, my nieces, my nephews, they are so close. Like, they talk when I don't know. They got their own group chat. We don't have family reunions. The disconnect, and mine is, I'm not even going to go real deep because there's a lot to it. When my father passed away, my father actually didn't pass away. He was murdered when I was 15. So
Sorry to hear that.
his
Sorry
side of the
about
family, thank you, I don't think embraced my sister and I the way that they should have so that we could be included.
Yeah.
However, on my mom's side, all of the cousins are super close, and I love that. But the reason that the siblings, me and my siblings, are not as close as we should be is because of, just like friendships, we had a fallout, and nobody wants to make up. And then you have certain ones that want to be the ones that everybody is jumping on their side. I have learned, and I've grown to just be like, hey, listen, I was talking to somebody about this today. It's just so crazy that this came up. I've forgiven everybody for everything. Life is really short, and when it's time for me to meet my maker and explain why I held that grudge, I'm not going to be the one to do that. My counselor told me years ago, you have to learn to accept an apology that you will never, ever receive. You can forgive a person, but that doesn't mean that you have to be close with them again.
Don't have to reconcile.
No, so I've accepted that. Now I have gone in our family group chat, hey, we need to do a family reunion for the kids. But it's up to others to say, okay, let's do that, as opposed to, oh, I ain't want to always be in charge. No, actually, I don't, for real. And I don't have the money to do these things for everybody, right? So I think that with our community, the reason that we don't have those things is because inside of the family, they choose to beef like they enemies. They choose to beef like they strangers. And that is where the division is. We don't have Big Mama no more.
Right.
We got these youngins that don't know anything and don't care about nothing but themselves raising these children now, so they don't have that family cohesion. They don't understand how important having your family right there is.
Yeah, so as far as the family reunion piece and family together, my family, my father's side, the young side, all of our cousins, we get together. You know what I'm saying? We do cousins, pretty much regularly. We got a group chat. You know what I'm saying? So we stay connected. All of our kids know each other. And then on my mother's side, we got a group chat. So we stay connected. But the actual family reunion, like Angela was pointing to, like the organization piece, and people feeling like you know what I mean, like getting a venue and setting a date and everybody showing up. I think as she said, once Big Mama went, Big Mama always was the glue.
Yep.
And so that's you didn't understand her role and how important it was until she was gone.
Yep.
And so that's what we're feeling throughout the black community. And it's really sad, even though I can say, for my family, for the most part, we make strides and we make sure that we stay connected and we link up and everybody know everybody. But overall, we still don't do the family reunion,
Right.
even though the cousin crew, we definitely link up.
I love
I
that.
think
Yeah.
I agree with all points made. I think in terms of like our generation, I think we're all pretty much in the same generation.
I'm young.
Okay.
I'm forever
yes, you
young.
Are. Yes, you are.
You are.
We are the generation of like curse breakers, right? We're the
Yes.
generation right after baby boomers, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
right?
we're the
Our
X.
parents.
We're the generation
And
X.
so we were the generation of chasing our dreams. We were the generation
Yes.
of getting the education, going out and getting the education
Degrees.
and the degrees. We are the generation of starting businesses and becoming entrepreneurs. And we're also the generation of starting therapy. 'Cause let's be
Yeah,
clear.
that's
Let's
true.
talk about
That's true.
specifically the
Yeah,
black
our
community.
parents
Baby
didn't do that.
boomers, my
Yeah.
mama,
They
my
didn't do
daddy. I
that.
don't know about y'all. It wasn't a thing.
Nope.
It's non-existent.
No.
Don't air your
And
dirty
that's
laundry.
and so the family drama and the issues that went on when we were younger were all swept under the rug. Big Mom
Yeah.
just like she provided the space, whether or not it was we doing a family reunion at the neighborhood park or we doing it at Big Mom's house. But everybody gonna come here and we just gonna eat. We ain't talking about none of the stuff that's happening. We're not dealing with any of the drama, right? But we are the generation that came in and then we're like, we're actually not going to deal with that. We're not going to deal with that drama. We need to talk about it to get, you know what I mean,
Yeah.
to come together. Because my family chats, I don't know, I'm in about 5 of them. Somebody done got put out of one, so that's why it's so many. But that is why, right?
It's always somebody. It's
Right.
not
And
then they
everyone.
gonna make their
the
own.
nepotism, the favoritism, and the backhanded stuff, and the choosing which nieces are your favorites, and all of that. We're not doing that. We're not
Right.
accepting that, even though that was a thing when we were growing up. We just didn't know it because we were in it as kids.
Yeah.
And so now I think that part of it, but also like you said, like just the logistics of it, it costs barely anything to throw a family reunion back during those days. Again, it's at grandma's house or big mom's house or it's at the park. Now, yeah, you need a venue, you need a DJ, you need catering unless people are going potluck the thing, right? And so many people are hands off with it. They
Right.
still kind of living in. You got them cousins and them aunts that feel entitled, and they still living in the Big Ma era, and they just want to pop up. You ain't popping up with just sodas, and I done paid a stock on this community center. You
Right.
understand? So
Yeah.
we are less inclined to want to just even deal with it.
Yeah.
And it goes deeper than that too. Because we
Absolutely.
live different than we did when we were younger.
Absolutely.
You're not sleeping on the floor. You ain't gonna sleep in the bed with somebody else. No, I'm not gonna eat at 7 o'clock. I'm gonna eat when I get in the
Yeah.
house at 9. So we don't have that sense of family that we did. I used to
Get in
love
where
to
you
come
fit
home
in.
from school and my mother made some soup and it's cold outside and you smell all that food coming. My friends come up. I had friends sleep under the table because they wanted to be in my house.
Yeah.
Keith and
So-
all them, they knew.
Yep.
It's different now. We're
Yeah.
not
It
doing
is.
But
that
I
because
do
we're
encourage,
comfortable.
like
Yeah.
in terms of just like the cousins and things like that. Like I am very close with one aunt's children, and those are my favorite cousins, and they're my little cousins because I am the oldest granddaughter, and so I am often the one that is just like, okay, we should do this, and they do an amazing job with like getting people together. They threw an amazing 90th birthday party for my grandmother down in
nice.
Augusta last month, and
That's
and it
awesome.
was great. So I'm proud of them to see them doing that. But again, I encourage my kids. I'm like, listen, despite what you see with me and my cousins, right, or some of my cousins, and some underlying things that has not been resolved, I still want you to make effort to,
Yes.
be their kids are your first cousins. So make that connection. And they follow each other on social media and stuff. So again, I think it's a different connection for them too. Us with our
Absolutely.
cousins, we spent the night over each other's houses and we did all that. Their connectivity is social media because I don't know half of those kids' social media handles, but my kids, they know. They be like, I be like, you know how to get in touch with so and so. Yeah. So I guess that's their way of staying
Generational.
connected.
Mhm.
So you know, it's
They are
evolved.
different.
Whether or not it's for the better, I don't know.
They do forgive each other quicker than we do.
They
though.
sure do. I
They
love
do.
that for
They
them.
quick-
I
they
love
do.
that for them.
my daughter be like, "Mom, you need to stop."
I love that for them. Yeah.
Shout out to Shia. Shia said, it's no longer a matriarch that keeps the family together. Pride, pettiness, and a lack of genuine love have divided us. In the African American community, these struggles have taken away the traditions that once bound us. Family reunions, Sunday dinners, and the sense of belonging we shared. We must find our way back to those roots if we want to heal. That was powerful. And
Absolutely.
she's right on point. And I feel like
That's my best friend, y'all.
I feel like
That's what's up.
our generation, we dropped the ball in a lot of ways.
Yeah, and that's
Oh,
another
yeah.
real big
Oh,
point.
yeah.
It's on us.
It's
To be
definitely
completely
on
hon-
us.
To be completely honest, it's on us.
And because we dropped the ball in a lot of ways, that those traditions and that heritage isn't being passed on to our kids.
Right.
Right? And I just think that, and it goes back to society, right? Like the lives we live now are so much more complex than what our parents
Yep.
lived, right?
Yep.
I don't even care if our parents had more than one job at the time, but now we got multiple jobs, we got social media, we got all these things going on, we got internet shows and podcasts that we host, we got all these things. You know, the average person might have a job, two jobs. Look, I'm gonna talk about myself. I got two jobs and like 3 side hustles, right? And so our lives are so much more complex. And to your point, there's TV, there's social media, there's all these things that also are eating at our attention. Where now family becomes lower and lower and lower and lower on the
Yes.
totem pole.
On the
Yeah,
priority.
yeah. I
And
seen a
Big
chart.
Mama used to make sure we
on
went to
that.
church on Sunday.
Oh, yeah.
We went to Sunday school.
Yeah.
We was
And
in
so-
church
Be in the bed
multiple
watching
days.
it on TV.
Absolutely.
Now we don't even go to church.
All day.
And I don't care what nobody say. I don't care what your belief or religion or whatever that is. But church, in my opinion, aside from knowing the Bible and being a good person, it those things you learned in church, even as a kid, is just about having morals and just being
Absolutely.
a decent
A good
person,
person.
Agreed.
right? And those are the things that go that you take with you into your 40s and 50s, right? And you don't even know it's in here in your psyche, right?
Right.
And then the psyche goes down into your soul and who you are as a person, right? But I just think that because of where we are in society, like I said, family and friend reunions and all that stuff, it just stopped being, like you said, high on the totem pole, right? And unfortunately, you know, you got people out here, and you know, you got children that don't really know their cousins.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They don't know their people.
They don't.
And
They really
oftentimes
don't.
it's because if you beefing with the parent of the little cousin,
Yeah.
then you
can't-
know
they
what I
can't
mean.
talk to
Then
them.
they can't talk.
They
My
can't
son can't
talk,
talk to your
man.
son. My daughter can't talk to
And
your
it's
daughter.
terrible.
And,
It's awful.
That's
and a
really
lot
bad.
of it has to do with effort.
Oh, yeah.
Right? If you put the effort to, all right, y'all, we gonna get together. I'm gonna start a group chat with like 5 of us, and throughout the year, at least once every month or whatever, we just gonna have a get together. It's gonna be at my house this week. It's gonna be at your house this week, and you have to commit to it. You can't at the last minute be like, y'all,
Right. And they
I go out of town or I got. Nah.
Family Fun Day is no more. Now it's Sunday Fun Day.
Yeah.
Everything. Even if you did
Yes.
it like every other week or once a month,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
important.
And I'm guilty of it too.
Me too.
I mean, I have become one of the persons in my family that sometimes I feel like if I don't do it, it ain't gonna happen.
Yeah.
If I don't put it together, it ain't gonna happen. But I'm usually a part of it, along with my other. Shout out to all my cousins, but you know, I'm guilty of it too, right? Like, there's more I could do. There's more that we all can do. But I just think that, and I think that also plays into a part of why we see like crime and things being committed in our communities by younger and younger and younger
Absolutely.
people,
Yeah.
and the crime is a little bit more heinous in
Nothing is
nature and
important
stuff.
anymore.
It's because it's just whatever now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and again,
It's
just
whatever.
going back to that, what we were talking about in terms of just, everybody wants to want to have outrage about the problem, like, oh, these YNs and these young kids, and they don't value anything, and they're ours.
They're our
So,
kids. Yep. We're to blame.
What do we give them? What do we give them?
You
What
sit
are
them
we
in that room
giving
with that
them?
video game,
Yeah.
and then that cell phone, and so now,
You're part of the problem.
You're a part of the
definitely,
problem.
definitely,
That's it.
definitely.
Yeah, absolutely, man. And we, black folk, we come from a lineage of people where family and community is like above even your job or your living, right? And we gotta find a way to get back to that,
back to
right?
it.
Yeah, we
and
really
the
do.
only thing I can hope is that we're living in such a divisive society right now, right?
Yeah.
And without digging too deep into a lot of the BS going on, we all know that we live in a very divisive society, and things are just going crazy. And it is my hope and my prayer that through that somehow we'll come together, right? I don't care if you gay, straight, trans, Christian, Muslim, atheist. I don't care. We black first. And we need to come together as a people, as a culture,
Absolutely.
and as a community first,
And
right?
respect each other.
Yeah.
And respect each other. I don't care what your belief is, how you feel about. We gotta respect each other, but your belief has to be rooted in that respect, though.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah. It has to.
Yeah.
It has to.
Let me push my soapbox away.
I can't.
Because I'm about to get on mine.
Just to end
I'm about to
this
get on
topic,
mine.
Before we end this topic,
Hugh P.
I would
Newton.
like to propose a challenge for everyone up
Okay.
here on the stage, right? Within the next 30 days, so by, let's say, end of October, you invite or have at least 5 family members over at your house to kick it. It could be cousins, it could be aunts, whatever. The kids. Maybe even have
Is that a
little
challenge
kickback
to us
for the,
four?
that's for us, and it's for anybody listening. But
Okay,
I'm just saying.
okay.
Well, I
we
got
all
a birthday
just said
party
we-
coming up, you know what I mean, next month. So
Okay.
I'm gonna have everybody
I thought
together.
that was supposed to be a surprise.
No, the only surprise is gonna be I don't know
Why do you
where.
know? Why do you don't you?
Because of course I had to give her
Oh,
all
it's
the
his?
names.
Oh,
He about to turn 52.
Yeah, so I had to give her all the names and invite, and I want to invite you too because I got a lot of fellas coming, so I want to make sure y'all ain't got no rings on. I got a couple homies, so I'm gonna invite you too. I'm gonna give her y'all info. Don't worry, I'm gonna get you info.
Well, I
So,
might
but
be a little
yeah,
taken, but that's not.
you
true.
taking
I,
a little bit? Okay, I ain't see no ring, so you know. What
I mean, I'm just saying because my little Yamin might be listening.
Yah
or whatever.
Mean,
So he was like, he inviting you with the fellas, and you ain't
Yamin.
right.
Right. You ain't say nothing.
Yeah, you threw your name in there. That's good. That's
Because
good.
if it was him, like
But-
you ain't.
I like that challenge. I like that challenge
Yeah,
like,
no,
for people that's
I do
viewing
too.
to do that
Yeah.
as
I do
well
too.
because we're coming into that Thanksgiving season, the Christmas season.
I'm having
the
Christmas at my
fall.
house.
That's a
Okay,
beautiful
okay,
thing.
yeah,
That's a
yeah.
beautiful thing.
So
we got to
it
come back
sounds
together.
Like
We
for
got to
the
come
most
back together.
part, we're everyone up here is kind of doing. I could do better, but yeah, we can't. If we're gonna have topics like this, we got to also be
Action behind it.
action behind it. We have to
Absolutely.
lead by what we're talking about, and yeah, I can. I'm going to invite
I'm with the challenge.
2 of my cousins that
Yeah.
I'm gonna invite them. That's all I can do, right? But we ain't talking too much. I'm just gonna pull the trigger, be like, "Hey, pull up in my house.
There you go.
You want to talk? We can talk about it when you get here, yeah,
I
or
love that.
before,
There you
whatever.
go.
But I'll do that, right?
That's
so
what's up.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
real
I'ma
talk.
do that. I'll
It
challenge
starts with
myself.
us. It really does
Yeah.
start with us.
It does. It does. So, pivot. One last pivot. A little birdie. Tweet, 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 tweet. A little birdie told me that around about 40%.
Psychology today.
Oh man!
Okay.
A little birdie told me a large percentage of divorced women have admitted that they knew they were settling when they said "I do" to the proposal.
That's on that side.
Never
of the
been
room.
married, so
Try-
I can't
That's on
really
that
speak
side of
on
the
it.
room.
But I
We talking about the
believe the
women
40% that was in that research, that study. So
You've been married before.
I have been married before.
How do you feel about that statement?
I got married for the wrong reasons.
Mm.
I got married for security, not for love. So
Is that a settling?
yes? it
Definitely,
is. You know,
definitely.
I had small children. My first child was by my high school sweetheart. I didn't show up. We were supposed to get married. The second one, her dad is still in prison. And I was in the military at the time, a single mom. I have 2 children. This person had been chasing me for 12 years, right? He was a good guy. You know, he knows how to support the family. He knows how to
Give
be
money.
ahead. I don't want to say give money because I didn't ask for money. It was making sure my kids were taken care of, making sure I'm never going to get a pink slip. I got to get out. Making sure my children always have something. I mean, I always had something to eat because I can always go to my mother's house, right? Making sure I stopped sacrificing. I stopped having to give up so many things to make sure my children are good. So mine was for security for my kids. So that is settling because I got married for that. He got married for the American dream. You got the pretty wife, you got the kids, you got the picket fence, you got the 2-car garage, you got the dog. And he got his American dream, and I got my security. So then when I felt like, oh, I really want a real marriage, I couldn't get that because he didn't know how to give that to me. You know, he had some challenges coming up, so he didn't know how to show the love that a woman really needs. So in a sense, I did settle.
Yeah.
I settled for my kids, and it didn't last long. I left after 9 years. You know, I was like, look, I'm going to give these jokers till they 18. But then I got pregnant with my last daughter, and I was like, oh, no, this is not happening. And then I went back to not struggling because God has always provided for us, so I don't have to struggle. But I was sacrificing a lot. But I refused to settle again. I've been proposed to, you know, a few times even after that. But instead of me just accepting,
Girl,
but it's still
I mean, you
me.
cute. You finding them up. Dang.
A few times.
She was
Don't do that. I mean, I gave so much.
Her milkshake brings all the boys to the yard. Damn right. It's better than yours.
I mean, but
The one,
you
the
know-
last one, I was hurt. I was hurt. I
so
seen that
the
one.
last one, he's a good man, right? He did good things in our relationship. We just didn't have the same outlook for the future. And it was just time, you know, and
Okay.
as opposed to making that commitment and then later on being like, why the hell did I do that? I've learned.
Especially if you
Right, if you already
Absolutely.
did
Like,
that,
wait,
yeah.
I learned, you know, red flags are there for a reason, right? Like,
Yeah.
if you constantly ignore them or you feel like too many people go into relationships thinking that they can change people. No.
Yeah, you gotta
You know what Maya Angelou said?
you get what you
When
get.
people show you who they are, believe
Believe
them,
them.
right?
Yeah.
And they've always showed me who they are.
Right.
Always.
Right,
You know, so I gave rings back because I didn't want us to go down that path.
Wow.
He was a great man. He treated me good. He did all of the things that he should have done. The empathy, all of that stuff. He's a good man. He's going to be good for somebody else.
Right.
We just didn't see our future the same.
Wow, that's powerful.
deep.
I hope somebody really
That's
gets
deep.
something from that statement because you
real
guys was on social media.
And that was big for me. Like I was telling my friend today, I was like, you know, I don't know what they're going to be asking. You know, I'm not sure the question's going to be asked. And that may come up.
Right.
And I'm like, but I don't put people on social media. So that was a big deal for me. Nobody knows whether I'm seeing anybody or not
Right.
unless you see us out somewhere, right? So that was a big deal. And when it ended, I was embarrassed because I put myself out there. You know, it wasn't a thing of, I mean, dudes was in my inbox all the time, right?
Yeah.
But I'm always upfront. Look, I got somebody and I don't cheat. I just don't.
Right.
Have I ever cheated? Absolutely. I was a teenager. Who didn't? But I don't, right? So it was embarrassing for me. I put you out there. I brought you around my Masonic family and I don't do that. So it was embarrassing. And, you know, a couple of my friends from high school was like, people break up every day, Angie.
It is
You know,
life.
it's a part of life. You allowed us in your relationship. Now we all got to break up.
Right. That's what I'm here now. Like because it was powerful what you guys were building, and you know sometimes you know things just don't work out, and like you said, you had to make a decision. And so kudos. I mean, hats off to the both of you. But it's like what we've experienced with this whole social media piece. You come to, quote unquote, know people based on what they've been posting. And you get, what I'm saying? And you vibe when you rock when you want to see them win.
Strangers came in my inbox, was like, how many people can you invite to your wedding? And this is the honest to God's truth.
I'm sure, yeah.
Somebody really reached out and was like, do you have room so that I can come?
And
to
you
your wedding?
probably never met them in one day in your life. Yeah.
We were getting gifts from people that he knew and people that I knew, and a couple of my Eastern Star sisters sent money for the honeymoon fund. I sent the money back, right? But it was just so much love was being shown, and I was like,
yeah. Because
what?
people want to
Like,
believe
I'm
in
not
love.
ready.
Yes.
People really want to
Yes.
believe in love.
Say that.
Which y'all was,
Say that.
it was,
Say
it
that.
was
My
definitely
hairstylist,
special.
The person who braids my hair, Robin, she said, Angie, y'all make me believe in love again. And I said, well, I'm going to say this. It feels good to feel unconditional love and be truly loved. But if this doesn't work, that doesn't mean that I won't be loved again.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not going to put up a wall, because I do want to be married.
Absolutely.
But
you
I'm not going to
will.
put up a wall
You
and
will.
not allow myself to really get to know someone and be genuinely loved. Because he did love me, and I loved him. He just wasn't focused on the same things. That's all.
Angela, let's just get married. Me and you. Let's just get married.
That's her fault with y'all. That's the fault. You got to
wanna
tell
be
me your
loved and
secret.
That's my man.
Oh, my goodness.
But nah, though, that's real. That's real deal, Holyfield, for real, man.
That
Like,
was real.
because I received the sign of, when word got out that I was being divorced. Oh my God, I thought y'all was,
I got that too.
you know what I mean? And that really goes to show you, like, people try to say social media ain't real. Yes, it is.
Yeah, it's definitely real.
Yes, it is.
It's real.
Yes, it is. Yeah, yes, it is. Good, right, wrong, and different. Yes, it is.
Yes,
Right,
it is. Very much
and people try to make it seem like what I post on social ain't really me. Yes, it is, because you're talking about politics, you're talking about relationships, you're talking all that, and unless you're lying and you're being 100% fake. This is you presenting yourself
likely. That's
to
very
well,
likely.
there's likely that too.
Yeah,
so.
people troll. People do troll.
And some people, they settle for these marriages because they want the big wedding, they want it to look pretty, they want people to see. Weddings are for other people, right?
Yeah, you praying
When
for
I do
them.
get married again,
Yep.
I don't want no
I don't want that either.
Right,
I don't
like the
want that
justice
either.
of the peace we talked when we took the walk.
I don't want
It's
that
like
either.
that's what it's really about. Like just making this
Yeah.
covenant before God, and don't nothing else matter
Yeah,
because
and
it's
there's
about
nothing wrong with
the
wanting
marriage.
to extend that
Of
to that
course.
celebration to family,
Right.
right?
Right, and that's
but
what
it
I
shouldn't
do.
be the
Only be that.
highlight
Right.
of like
No,
people
Right.
that's just
experiencing your
the gates to
nuptials and
walk
your-
in
yeah.
to what
Yes.
we're doing. We're
Yeah.
showing our family and
You
friends.
had a good wedding, though.
I
Your
appreciate
wedding-
that. Yeah.
Young, this nigga, he came in when he walked into the joint with his wedding. He had backyard playing. That was the smoothest walk in for a wedding I ever seen. I was like, that's my nigga. Young, they had a smooth ass backyard pocket. I was like, damn, that's some
love
that. But yeah, that I too feel like if Lord willing I get married again, I don't need all the bells and whistles of a wedding. You know what I'm saying? A little
Wait,
small
did you have a big wedding?
yeah, I had like, shoot, we had like 120 some people at our wedding, right? You know what I mean? And it was a party, open bar,
Yeah.
open bar, all that. I don't need that no more.
Yeah.
I don't need it.
Once
I
you
don't
do
need
it
that
once,
no-
you cool. You
Yeah,
know what I'm
I'm
saying?
good on
If you
that.
do
I'm
it
good on
again,
that.
it's like I just want to be married
Now,
to my
if I-
person.
if I
I
meet-
just want my person.
if I were to marry a woman that has not been married before, maybe she might want that.
Right.
And
And
So
you'll do it.
there
You'll
lies the
oblige.
the compromise, right? All right, you know,
That was my
can we scale it
compromise.
back a little bit, you know, or whatever? But you know, I don't know, man. As far as women feeling like they settled, I can see that.
some men settle.
I can see
Yeah,
that.
men do
I
settle,
can see
too.
men is settling. I think that people confuse sometimes settling with compromise.
Absolutely.
right?
That's a bar.
I love
right
that.
I think people make them
I like that.
because no one's perfect, right?
Yeah.
Nobody's gonna think exactly how you. First of all, you have the man-woman dynamic, or even if we're talking same-sex marriages, people are just different.
Yeah.
People are different. They come from different background. They think different. Whatever, and you're not going to get somebody that feel exactly how you feel about everything, and think how you think about everything, love the way you love, receive love the way you love, all that. So settling is one thing, and I don't want to discredit anyone that feels like they settle, but I think, like I said, a lot of people confuse settling with just compromising and coming to a healthy agreement.
So let me try to put that into context, right? Because that was real good.
That was good.
Say you as a person, you have these 5 things that you ultimately want, not just want. Let me remove that because I think at this age, that's another thing. Many of us need to understand we are at an age where choosing a partner becomes less about what you want and more about your needs. Right? From a spiritual standpoint and from like an earthly standpoint, like what's your purpose that God gave you, and how is this person going to elevate that or come in and be instrumental into you achieving that, right? But anyway, that's another story too. But let's just say you have these 5 wants or needs, right? And this person only has 4. Is that a settlement that you're accepting? You need them all? You got to have them all? Or
I think it depends on the person.
I don't think that would be, you know what I'm saying, like a settling thing. Because if they got 4 out of 5 things that, you know.
Do people really do that countdown? Like,
They definitely have their list. Everybody got a list.
that's exactly what it is.
What is it, Chili from TLC? With the list.
The list is real.
You know what I'm saying? Like the obvious things, like Angela said, like yes, you get married, you want love. Come on, you should be
that's
doing it
on
for
the
love.
list.
You should be doing it for stability. You should be right.
All of
But
that.
like I'm
Just give
talking.
me some wings every Tuesday.
You know what?
Say wings
so
on
I'm just
Tuesday.
saying, like, and I don't know, I can't name a thing, but like, yeah, people would be like, okay, they, okay. Let's just say you have a woman and she's like, okay, he gives me the love, he gives me the emotional space, he's a wonderful provider. Sex is amazing.
1,000.
But he ain't romantic and don't know how to plan a date. But
She gonna take that.
mind, she
Because
absolutely
you can groom that last little bit.
can. But a lot of, let's be clear, a lot of women, again, and I blame this on social media, you know, and we see it, like the women who post the TikTok or the IG reel of, he planned this amazing date all on his own, this amazing weekend to Savannah, and he did this, and your man ain't doing that. You are now creating a resentful space because you're not getting that, but it's something you've always kind of yearned for. You're just that,
if she's
that
the right,
idealist where you romanticize everything.
She can grow that in her man. If he's providing,
he has
may
to
never
want that.
And he
But
may
she
never
can-
just be that.
trust me when I tell you, as a man, that woman has the power to, you know what I'm saying? If he into her to motivate, if he doing all these other things for her, and then she starts to just leave on the table a certain restaurant. You know what I'm saying? Or leave her phone open with that reel where the man is doing this, or look back.
Text it to him.
Right, though.
Text it to him.
You can groom that. It might not happen in this season, but he gonna eventually have it click. Like let me do this for her.
So some years ago, it's been many years ago, way before the last person, years ago, right? And I'm gonna keep his name off of here for people who don't know him. I don't want.
Yeah, no, we ain't gonna do that.
Right. Years ago, I think it may have been 2015. That's how long ago it was, right? I saw something on social media. There was an envelope, and the guy said something about treat yourself today, go get your nails done, whatever, and he had this money in there. So I sent my person that text, and he did do that. He did do that.
That's my point. It's real simple. You can groom that out of him. If that last little bit, romance, you can just show him, because like we talked about earlier, I think you made the point, he didn't have those experiences. He didn't know how to do that. He didn't know how. He never saw it. You know what I'm saying? But in this day and age with how we do social media, like we could be in a room, it's 9 o'clock, we winding down. You know, it's bedtime for us in this age bracket,
Yeah,
right?
it is, yeah.
And you sending reels, you right there, you having a good time. As long as your person there, your leg on that leg,
Yeah.
we just chilling and you sending
You
them,
gonna breathe
you know what I'm
their
saying?
air.
And I be the first, my wife do that all the time, and then boom, it's in my spirit.
Yeah.
Like when I did her birthday this year, we went, you know, Fort Lauderdale, and you know, I knew she wanted to go on this tour of all the multi-million-dollar properties on the water, a water tour.
He said,
So that was easy. Like you already done put it on.
Hey, B, that's money right there. That's
Right.
bread. That's
You know what I'm
that's
saying?
bread.
That's book right
Pockets.
there. So we went and I just put a little sprinkle on, invited her mom, and told her mom to invite a friend. You know what I'm saying? Because you know, so we all there.
This
They,
nigga smooth.
you know,
Right.
mom's over there. So then on top of that, I was like, boom, we gonna go down to you know, the high class district, and you know, you gonna go some shopping, right?
See how you
So you know,
Added a razzle dazzle, baby.
you know what I'm
So,
saying? Had a
fellas,
couple
listen
of
up, fellas.
I
had to
Listen
save
up,
up my little
fellas.
coin, right?
Yeah.
Listen
So I
up,
let her go
fellas.
on her favorite little, you know,
Show 'em,
jeweler, and then pick it out what you
Yeah,
like.
favorite
You know what I'm
Not
saying?
clothes.
Not a purse.
So listen,
You
yeah,
get
Not a
favorite
purse.
jeweler.
So
Yeah.
Can I propose that, you know, aside from all the real estate and property management and all that, do a little class.
niggas.
Right, do a class. Give
Do
a
a little
class.
class. Do a
Teach
little,
niggas.
Give a class.
have a little gentleman class.
They gonna
Correct.
have to- they gonna have to
Teach
watch.
them
We
how
ain't
to-
got no name.
You know,
And get the game,
my
and then they be
goodness.
good
That
to
should
go.
be, that should be the next
That should be
show.
full
Chivalry
chivalry,
shit, yeah.
You know, that's real
but
stuff.
I agree with Boots. It said gentleman has to be open to that.
Yeah.
And I'm assuming if he's open to that, it's because he's into that woman. Like, I want to do
That's
what
the
I
point.
need to do
That's
to
the
make her
point.
happy and
Yeah.
keep her.
Yes, the
Absolutely.
Yeah, we should
Absolutely.
have
On
to
her
say
face.
stuff all the time.
Yeah.
Just like you said, if they into us, they paying attention, they know the things we
Right.
like I shouldn't have to tell you I like fresh flowers every couple of weeks. I
Yeah.
shouldn't have to tell you, hey, look, why don't you take me to dinner? You know, every couple of weeks. Ask me something. I don't have a problem with planning things at all. Do I have to do it all the time?
Yeah.
You know, yeah.
Yeah.
true.
Yeah. And I mean, you know, some guys, a lot of guys, we could put a bow on it. A lot of guys, they just don't know, right? They honestly,
Because
it
the
just
caliber of women
they
that they
just don't
dealt with.
for a lot of factors, how they grew up.
Right, yeah.
You know, was their father around? Did they see?
show,
Did they
yeah.
see? Did they? You know, did their mama like? What kind of relationship did their mama have with men?
Sure.
Whatever, right? So, a lot of guys just don't know, right? And I think a lot of these things we're talking about are a little bit more innately in women, right? As little girls, right? But guys, we just don't know. But to Vince's point is that if a man is really into you, like really into you, like a woman would want him to, one, he'll be receptive to, you know, those things and those jewels you may throw out to him. And two, he'll not only do them, it will make him happy to do those things.
Yes.
To see you at.
Yes, that's the
And that's
dynamic
the
of
key.
a man.
Yeah.
Like
That's the
literally,
key.
we want to do, but like he said, we don't know what to do.
It's not.
And so
it's,
as long as you're
yeah.
not playing that mind game,
Yes.
like read my mind, and just be like, just send them that video you seen that you know that would really tickle my fancy if you did something like
Yes,
that.
because you don't want it to be
And
a
he'll do it.
situation where he's doing them and it's like, man, I gotta go do this joint for my
Yeah,
wife.
and that's what I was talking about, because then it's not sustainable, right? He's resentful
But
that
no,
he has
you
to
want
do
it to be like, dog, guess what I'm doing for me and my wife, man?
Yeah.
We going down to Florida. I'm taking her to see the houses and yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and that's kind of how you want it to be. And as a man, I can say that, and you know, because you're in it. My close circle of friends, my homies, my brothers, I can say though they are those type of men.
Right.
You know, those that are married when they may used to been married or whoever, they are those type of guys. And so not only my own father, but I see it within my own circle, right? I mean, this is one of my best friends in the world right here. And he just told you how he laid it out for his wife. So that has afforded me to I would imagine that I am that type of man, and you know, a lot of the men around me and in my circle are those type of guys. So, but everybody don't have that, unfortunately. And you know, and then that goes into the everybody that like you ain't for you. You know what I mean? So
That's
Just
right.
because
that
you
is
love a
what that
person don't mean you should
is.
be together.
Absolutely.
That's so true.
Well, we're gonna wrap it up. We're gonna wrap it up. But I'm gonna give Angie and Vince one more time to tell you all their websites, their social medias, whatever. Angie, kick it off.
All right, to get your own wine tasting at home or at an event that you choose, you can reach me on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook at From the Vine Tastings, and you can reach me on my website, FromTheVineTastingsLLC.com.
All right. Vince?
Okay, yeah, I am Vincent A. the Realtor. You can find me on IG, Vincent A. the Realtor. My other page, Vincent _A_the Realtor. And then on Facebook, Vincent A. Young. Yeah, that's where you can find me at.
Interest rates just dropped, y'all.
A tag.
Of course.
I want to recognize L again. He made a comment. He said, a lot of men were never taught to be romantic. A lot of men are teaching themselves with the help of their partner, which is absolutely true. Absolutely true. Did you want to shout out anything or whatever you might have?
Child, I'm on 16%. What's this we drinking on? That's all I got.
Let's get another little
round on camera.
He tried to get his first cup. Told you bring extra
Listen.
cups. He gonna need one.
The cups was up
There you go.
Listen.
I bought them in.
Listen,
man.
thank y'all so much for I'm telling y'all right now, I'm speaking into existence. We're gonna be the #1 podcast. I hate that word podcast,
Internet
but we're gonna be
show.
the #1 internet show in the DMV. We going places, and that's why I'm telling y'all, the sponsors, you want to get on board now.
Yeah.
You want to get on board now.
Yeah.
We about to start doing some big things, and I'm telling you, man, we going places. So, but we would not be doing any of this if it wasn't for y'all tuning in,
Yep.
you engaging, you commenting. We appreciate it. We love it. For me, y'all know I got Boost Burgers and Barbecue. I do the grill thing if you need any, even in the wintertime. Thanksgiving coming around, I do the turkeys, limited number, because I ain't doing no 19 turkeys again. You know
How
what
many
I mean?
you got in you now?
I remember that year. I ain't getting no turkey, man. I had to go get a geese from Weiss on 301. I had to go get a geese from Weiss because he.
Hey,
ain't
right
gonna go
now I got about 8 to 10 at best.
Okay. I'll give myself a
At
little bit.
best,
Right.
you hear me?
At best.
Right.
At
Wow,
best.
wow.
So Thanksgiving, Christmas, Boost Burgers and Barbecue. I do the
You got a lot
turkeys. I
going
do all that. I got the infused extract popping off as always. We ain't got no name, of course. So yeah, man.
I love that.
I got my hands in a few things, man. But
Tap in.
I greatly appreciate all the support that I get from all my family, my friends, and even people that don't know me. Please tap in with both of these amazing people and their
Yes.
business ventures and their entrepreneurship, because you tap into them, they can tap into you, and next thing you know, we done built a whole community.
It's a community,
man.
baby.
We
It's
done
all
built a
about
whole
community.
community.
For sure.
Shout out to Bezel, shout out to Maul, CKB Studios for once again having us. Thank y'all again for tuning in. We ain't got no. Dang.
Name.
We out.
Yes, it is. We ain't got no name. We out.